What exactly are we going to see inside these documents, and what do they reveal?
I think the broad pattern over the 100 is policies of unaccountability, and that leads to a policy of impunity. So that's when, for example, in 2005, the US military introduced a policy about how to not give detainees even prisoner numbers, their ISN or internal security numbers. That's to keep them out of US military central records in order that the prisoner may be then transferred on to another government organisation, almost certainly the CIA, and disappeared in some manner. So when you have those policies combined with policies of destroying videotapes, it's another document we've released, or not making them in the first place, it leads to a situation where abuse can occur and it can't be discovered. WikiLeaks has now released 3 years worth of main Guantanamo Bay manuals. The rest of the world's press combined have released zero. Zero. That is simply not acceptable. These are documents of incredible historical importance that have gone on to shape not only prison conditions around the world, but have gone on to produce a climate of unaccountability within the US military, within the CIA, that has then also spread to other Western institutions.
WikiLeaks is known for creating a maximum political impact with these releases. Did you time this for the US elections, and are you concerned that with this release it could become something of a political football?
Well, I hope it will become a political football. You know, what we have here is like, okay, look how bad it was under Bush. Look at these policies of unaccountability and what they were doing under Bush. Yeah, okay. Yeah, look, the Obama administration its first year did try and clean up some of this stuff. But then it became corrupted even worse than what happened under Bush as far as kill lists and mass interception and so on is concerned. So normally you say the restraining force on government is the opposition. Well, for the past 4 years, the restraining force in the United States has been the Republican Party, and which is no restraint at all. What we need is actually for insiders and outsiders to be scrutinising, criticising, and making it hard for these bureaucracies to run amok in the way which they have.
What is it actually like living in the embassy? I mean, this is something people ask a lot of questions about.
It's a little bit like living in a space station, because there's no natural light, and you've got to make all your own stuff, and you can't go out to shops and so on. But I've been in solitary confinement. I know what life is like for prisoners. It's a lot better than it is for prisoners.
What you're facing in Sweden are allegations completely separate from the investigation that you're facing in the US. Why not just go to Sweden and face the questioning? You've already said, you've denied any wrongdoing, so why not just go?
Look, I have been, there's an attempt to extradite me without charge and without evidence, allegedly for the purpose of questioning. All the meanwhile, the FBI has been engaged in building this tremendous case, now up to 42,135 pages at least. So
what's the way out of this? I mean, you can't, I presume, stay here forever.
I think we need the US government to drop its investigation. The DOJ needs to drop the investigation against WikiLeaks. It must drop the investigation against WikiLeaks. It's an immoral investigation. It breaches the First Amendment. It breaches all the principles that the United States government says that it stands for, and it absolutely breaches the principles that the US founding fathers stood for and which most of the US people believe in.